It is road trip day. Good morning. Leaving my house here in North Carolina. Today we're going to head up through Knoxville, get a charge in Nashville, Kuttawa, and then we will be in Mount Vernon, Illinois. We're going to be staying there overnight and then head out west from here. So let's get on the road. It's kind of early. It's a little after 6 a.m. Yeah, it's looking pretty foggy this morning, but I think we're going to drive out of it. Wow, it's a ghost town. It's early Sunday morning. I think everybody's sleeping in. But no trip is complete without a Scottish breakfast. So we're going to get a little Scottish breakfast here this morning and get on down the road. Hey, Ronald. Here on autopilot this morning. Uh-oh. So much for that fossil fuel guy. It looks like his radiator blew up or something. Anyway, on autopilot now. Just getting on westbound Interstate 40 now. I am on autopilot here, Interstate 40 in Tennessee now, not too far away from crossing over the French Broad River. Once I get over the French Broad River, we'll join up where Highway 81 comes from the northeast, Virginia, and then head west on 40 and to the Supercharger. I got 51 miles to the Knoxville Supercharger. And this is the French Broad River. You can see it's I guess you can't see anything today. Well, trust me, it's wide.
Now keep left to stay on Interstate 40 West.
Just coming into the outskirts of Knoxville now. Going by downtown Knoxville now.
Now take exit 374 on the right.
This is our exit here to get to where we're going. We're here at the Supercharger. It's located in, I don't know what you call it, some kind of I call it a strip mall,
now turn
but
left.
Not really sure what it is. Bunch of businesses out in the parking lot. And then on the back row here, It's a bunch of businesses, so I'm not sure. Hey, we got
Now
three.
you have arrived at your destination.
We have 3 customers here today. Remember the rule, A and B, always choose a different letter and a different number. So we'll go right here. This guy's on 1B. I'll take 2B. And if I get it in the hole. Gotta get my shoes on here. Looks wet and nasty out. And there we are. Okay, so let's plug in and I'll show you something. All right, well, let's bring up charge screen here. I'm going to show you something here. Some of you have asked about the difference between a wall connector speed and a supercharger. We've arrived at 52 miles here, so let's go plug this in. With a Tesla, there is no payment. There's nothing on the supercharger to enter payment. The car communicates with the supercharger by pressing this button here and then plugging it in, and that's it. It goes from flashing blue to flashing green once communications happens, and that means we are then charging. Can't stay blue forever. There we go. So now it's communication, and we're going to go inside. Okay, so as you guys seen from my wall connector videos, if you look at this number here, this 210, 212 miles per hour, on a 50 amp wall connector, we get 48 amps, and that gives us about 44 to 45 miles per hour. We now have 135 kilowatts versus 11 kilowatts, and look at the difference in charging speed. That's miles for every hour of charge. Just in the time I've been blabbing, we've gained 5 miles. So it won't take long. Now, one of the things that you find with a Tesla, once I set up the navigation, as you saw, I set up Mount Vernon here. Mount Vernon is our ultimate destination, Kuttawa, and then Nashville. So it says we need 35 minutes to have enough energy to get to Nashville. And once we get there, it's estimating 25 minutes of charging. The cool part about the Nashville Supercharger is that it is a version 3, where this one is 135 kilowatts. The version 3 is 250 kilowatts. So it's quite a bit more. And when we get there, it's estimating 25 minutes to charge. So 35 minutes, what I do generally now, in this 35 minutes, I have my app on my phone. The car will alert me when we're getting close. So it looks like Hobby Lobby is open over here, maybe. And usually I go over there and use the restroom and look around. I'm always looking for something to build, so that's a good place to go. Anyway, I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee. 35 minutes to go. And just in the time I've been blabbing, we've gained 18 miles. So I'll be back. As I was supercharging, I came over to Target because I understood they may have the Cybertruck Hot Wheels remote RC little truck. And boy, look what I scored. Yes, this was one great supercharging stop. Look what I scored. Cybertruck RC cars at Target. So this is one of the best charging stops I've ever had. We're charging up, got 5 minutes, and we're done charging. We were ready to go. As you saw, it switched over from 5 minutes, and the reason it jumped to 10, because I have the limit here set up to 90%. This is normal. It will just continue on to whatever I preset, which is cool. But what it's done now, if I go back to here, you can see I have enough energy to get to my next stop, which is Nashville, shown here at 5%. So I am ready to move down the road, but one of the best stops I've ever had, Tesla has licensed the Hot Wheels people to make a remote control Cybertruck. And I happened to wander over to Target. The Hobby Lobby was closed this early on Sunday, and I scored a pair of Cybertruck remote control trucks. I've got a buddy who has ordered a Cybertruck, so together we'll race them around. So there you go. So I'm going to unplug here and hit on down the road. Just leaving the Knoxville Supercharger. It's kind of nice this early on Sunday. It's no traffic. Normally this place is mobbed with people. 242 miles of range and 163 to go, so it shouldn't be any issues. Good morning. Yeah, I'm west of Knoxville now, on Interstate 40, on autopilot, of course. Yeah, I really lucked out. I was able to score a couple of those Cybertruck Hot Wheels there at Target, so that worked out all right. Gonna try the V3 charging in Nashville. It's a new supercharger there just southeast of downtown. It's not too far out of my way, but the speed of it will make the difference. Looks like 140 miles to go, and arrive there with about 5%, which is right about the magic number to get the maximum charge the quickest. On down the road. Wow, that was a close one. Going up this grade here, just west of Knoxville, probably 20 some miles. And this big old truck from the right lane came over behind me and just missed me in the back. You can see this is the dash cam video, and you can see these guys, I don't know what they're doing, like this dipshit. God darn, what the heck is the matter with these people? Holy mackerel. They must all be on something. Well, there you have it. This is how it goes. Remember, we started with 5% as an estimate, and now we're up to 8% here on arrival. This is normal. As the battery warms up a little bit, it gives out more of its energy. So the Nava computer said, go ahead and leave at 5%. But I've done this a few times to know that probably when we get there, we'll be 10, 11%. Knoxville, Tennessee. Still on autopilot here. Coming up to Cookeville, another supercharger location. As you know, my speedometer's off by 2.5 miles an hour. Well, there you go. Welcome to Nashville. Got to do a little gyrations here on the interstate.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto East Thompson Lane.
That's not so bad. And recollection says it's down past the shopping center here.
Feet, turn right onto Willowbrook Drive.
Right at this light.
Now turn right onto Willowbrook Drive.
And of course it would be raining to get out and put the charge cord in, but it's the way it is. Well, let's see where I can park it. No way, what a mess. I'll go down the end here. I got a little stop bumper. Let's see. Yeah, it's placed right. Good deal. We've arrived with 23 miles of range, just about right. And I'm going to plug it in now, and let's see how it goes. Version 3's got a much skinnier cord. It's not as heavy duty as the other version 2. Plug it in, get a little handshake going on, and we're green. So let's see what it looks like. I get the inside of the car all wet. Okay, so here we are. 250 kilowatts. Now this is not going to be big time here until it gets up a little bit. We'll give it a few minutes. But even at 25 miles, I'm at 117. I'm going to run inside and use the little boys' room, and I'll be back. Here we are, Nashville Supercharger, and now of course it opens up and rains, so I'm going to get inside here. Oof. All right, well, we're back in the car. Had to get rid of that cup of coffee and that bottle of water. 151 kilowatts, 612 miles per hour. Pretty decent. I suspect it's not that warm today. It's 66 out. The battery is a little warmer. I think we would have seen it. I think we actually missed the peak of a couple hundred kilowatts. It doesn't last the whole time. And we're already at least a third into the charge. 81 miles though. So the car manages your time and charge time. The amount of charge is shown here. I set it to 90%, but remember, the computer only charges as much energy as you need to get to your next mapped destination. In this case, we're leaving Nashville here, going up Interstate 24, gonna go to Kuttawa, and we'll get charged up there. And this is kind of interesting. You see the arrival. Currently, with this much charge, 132 miles, we're going to arrive with minus 8% if we would leave right now. The car will charge us into the positive, and once we get to a positive number, say 5, 7, 8%, it'll say it's time to go. And then we'll leave here and head north. So our total trip today will be 4 more hours from when it's done charging. 238 miles. Of course, we will go then more north here up on 24 and then 55, make that 57, all the way to Mount Vernon. So that's today's run. And we're at -6. The V3 Supercharger really kicks butt. Just in this time, it's 117 miles. And look at that, 490, whoops, shoot. Now, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, sorry. I hit the limit. I thought I stopped the charge. 483 miles per hour. It's really kicking butt. 119 kilowatts, and I'm almost at 50%. Here you have it. 250 kilowatt station. And looks like one more minute. Look at that, 183 miles in 20 some odd minutes. It's not bad. I think I'll let it continue to charge a little bit more towards my set limit. So
now turn right onto Willowbrook Drive.
So the navigation is determined I have enough at this level to go on with my trip. I've decided to charge just a little bit more, and I will then take off when I do that. I may end up doing a slight detour out of the planned navigation here. So if I can do a little bit more here, there's essentially nobody here at the station except for one other Model 3, and each one of the charge stands are independent, so it really not steal anybody's energy. So we'll continue here for a little bit longer. Now we've got a very positive number, 21% when we get to Kuttawa, and it's okay because we still got quite a bit more driving, some 4 hours today. I've decided to charge to 90%, and this gets us to Kuttawa at 36%. So let's get the heck out of here. I'm back on Interstate 24 now, and trying to get through the city.
To stay on Interstate 24 West.
Once we get through the city, we'll get out on 24 here. Interstate 24 north of Nashville now on autopilot. We are hooked up in Kuttawa, and I don't know, I would say we're probably 30%. 150 kilowatt charger, and you can see it's 137 and going. 560 miles per hour and climbing. Got 20 minutes of charge and then are on our way to Mount Vernon. We are getting close now. Gained 103 miles. Got a little bit more to charge here at 76 kilowatts. In 5 minutes or so, we'll be on the way to Mount Vernon. I think we'll have plenty of juice to make that happen. If we look at this display, the map display, it's showing us an arrival percentage of 14%. I suspect, looking at the wind, and there you have it. We're ready to roll. Looks like we'll arrive with 15%, which should be great. All right, I'm going to unplug and get the heck out of here. The Kuttawa is right next to this Hampton Inn. So if you're traveling through the area, Hamptons are not a bad chain to stay. I can't vouch for this particular one, mainly because I've never stayed here. I've stayed in Hamptons, but not this particular one. So generally, if you're going to use the restroom or need a soda...
Turn left onto US Highway 62 West.
Thank you.
Now turn left to stay on Daisy Drive.
I know, dear. So I usually walk up here to this BP. There's sodas and snacks and restrooms and things. And it's a good exercise for your legs.
Now turn left onto US Highway 62 West.
Yes, dear. If you've seen any of my videos, you most likely saw this bridge. This bridge crosses the Ohio River. I'm currently in Kentucky, headed north, actually west on 24. And these bridges here, which are riveted types, cross over the Ohio River. This is the Ohio River. Big, pretty wide. And then here's another span of it as we continue into Illinois. Getting close to Highway 57. It is raining now. Getting close, 8 miles to get off the interstate here to Mount Vernon. Autopilot's doing a great job here in traffic in this driving rain. If there's any doubt about autopilot not working in the rain and fog and everything else, I'm here to tell you, with probably 60,000 miles driven in Teslas, autopilot is nearly flawless. Look at this.
Take exit 95 on the right.
Driving rain, and it's following the lines. I can hardly see the lines. Pretty wild. Anyway, autopilot is fantastic. Especially if you're in these conditions, you let it drive while you got your hand on the wheel to make sure, and you're good to go. Got to get off here at exit 95. So I've just discovered Freddy's. It's great. Freddy's Steak Burgers. It's right across from McDonald's. And I think if you're looking for a hamburger, this might be a better option. And just down the street is the Supercharger, so good for them. If you haven't tried it, I'd recommend it. I'm here at the Mount Vernon Supercharger. See if we can get it parked and hooked up. Remember, when you're traveling in any EV for the night, you're going to stop. You want to make sure that you charge up. Try to make a location for your EV a supercharger or a high power AC charger. You want to do this because the battery pack is warm. It's more apt to take a charge faster, and you charge it to 80 or 90% and then let the car sit all night. The battery pack will cool down, which is fine if you're going to be going out in the morning and you got a long way. Get up early, reconnect it, in this case to the supercharger, let it top up to 90 or whatever. It'll warm it up and you'll be ready to go. So that's my tip for traveling with an EV. So let's get this hooked up. We're at 47 miles. The supercharger here in Mount Vernon, Illinois is in the parking lot of the DoubleTree. This will be the first time I stay here. It looks like a nice place. So I'll get charged up here. Got a good head of steam, 127 kilowatts, more importantly 520 going, 541, 540 miles, 45, 47, and it'll continue to climb as it gets a little more. I'm going to probably put 80% in it here while I have my dinner. So let's get this baby charged up for the night. Just as I was bragging on these guys, I ordered ketchup, mustard, and onions. I guess onions and pickles look the same. Anyway, I'll take pickles off, but it's a good hamburger. And they have what they call fry sauce and these little tiny shoestring fries, which are pretty good. So if you're going to blow your diet, go for it. But make sure they put onions on and not pickles. This just about does it for charging for tonight. I've set it to just about 80%. I'm going to charge it to 80 and let it sit overnight. The battery will cool down. I'll get up in the morning, reconnect it to the supercharger, and pack up my stuff and then get out of here. Thank you very much for watching the video. I've got quite a trip planned, and as it develops, I think you'll find it quite surprising. I've got a whole nother day tomorrow, and then on Tuesday something special happens, so stay tuned. I'd appreciate it if you'd click that like button And if you'd like to catch my videos going forward, make sure you hit the subscribe and don't forget the bell icon to alert you next time a video is posted. If you'd like to buy yourself a Tesla, and who wouldn't, the referral link shown here at the bottom of the screen gets you 1,000 miles or 1,500 kilometers of free supercharging, and it's good worldwide. Thank you for watching. I'll look for you tomorrow, and take care.